Here's something nobody tells you about intelligence. It's not fixed. It's a dynamic, living system, either growing stronger or losing its edge. And the scary part? Most people are accidentally shrinking theirs every single day without even knowing it. But here's the good news. What if I told you that someone who's been in your shoes figured out how to hack this? How to intentionally grow their brain, boost their memory, and sharpen their focus using simple habits most people completely ignore. That someone is Dr. Sarah Chun, but before she was a 38-year-old neuroscientist, she was a wreck. She was battling such crippling brain fog, she couldn't remember patient names, missing deadlines, and felt like her genius brain was constantly running on dial-up internet. She was ready to quit. She's not a robot. She gets the struggle. Today, she's sharper than she's ever been, and she's sharing exactly what she does. Stick around, because what you're about to learn could literally change how your brain works. This isn't just theory, it's a practical system. Starting today. Number 1, your brain's hidden clock. Unlock 4.5 hours of peak focus. It's 7:30 a.m. Dr. Chin doesn't check her phone. She doesn't open her laptop. Instead, she does something radical but is deeply natural. She pulls out a physical timer, sets it for 90 minutes, and dives into her most cognitively demanding work. No emails, no texts, no scrolling, just pure, uninterrupted focus. Why 90 minutes? Because your brain operates on what scientists call ultradian rhythms, natural 90-minute cycles where your alertness, creativity, and cognitive horsepower peak. Research shows these cycles align with your brain's production of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. BDNF acts like fertilizer for your brain cells, enhancing cognitive function, memory, and learning. Think about it. Elite athletes train in these cycles. Chess grandmasters compete in them. Even NASA uses them for astronauts performing complex tasks. But most people, they're grinding for 6, 7, 8 hours straight, wondering why they feel like their brain is melting by 3 p.m. Dr. Chin works smarter, not longer. She completes 3 of these 90-minute sprints per day. That's 4.5 hours of peak brain performance. The rest? Lower-stakes tasks that don't demand much. The result? She accomplishes in one morning what used to take her all week. And her brain, it feels alive. Here's the kicker. You don't need more time. You need better timing. Number 2, why quiet mornings rewire your brain. Before Dr. Chin speaks a single word each morning, she sits in complete silence for 20 minutes. No music, no podcasts, no conversation. Sounds boring, right? Wrong. Silence isn't empty, it's powerful. See, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making, problem-solving, and focus, needs time to boot up each morning. And guess what disrupts that process? Noise. When you immediately bombard your brain with information, texts, news, emails, you're hijacking its natural warm-up sequence. It's like revving a cold engine. You think you're being productive, but you're actually creating cognitive friction. Dr. Chen's silent mornings allow her brain to organize, prioritize, and prepare for the day ahead, not react to whatever chaos the world throws at her. Monks have known this for centuries. High-performing CEOs are catching on. Even Nikola Tesla credited his morning silence for his breakthrough ideas. Try this tomorrow. Before you reach for your phone, sit in silence for just 10 minutes. No agenda. Just breathe. You'll be shocked at how sharp you feel afterward. Number 3, the walk that changes everything, movement as medicine. After her first ultradian sprint, Dr. Chin doesn't grab another coffee or dive into emails. She walks. Not a power walk. Not a workout. Just a gentle, 20-minute stroll around her neighborhood. No headphones, no phone, just her and her thoughts. Here's why this matters. Walking, especially aerobic movement, releases neurochemicals like BDNF that promote the growth of new brain cells and strengthen neural connections. It increases blood flow to your hippocampus, your brain's memory center, literally making it bigger over time. But there's more. Walking activates your default mode network, a brain state where creativity and problem-solving thrive. It's the same state you're in when you're daydreaming or showering and suddenly, bam, you get a brilliant idea. Steve Jobs famously held walking meetings. Charles Darwin walked daily to think through evolution. Beethoven composed entire symphonies on walks. Movement isn't just good for your body. It's intelligence in motion. Number 4, brain food. The meal that actually matters. Stop eating the meal that makes you sluggish. At noon, Dr. Chin eats. But it's not what most people think of as brain food. She's not chugging energy drinks or popping nootropics. Her plate is simple: wild-caught salmon, a handful of blueberries, a side of leafy greens, and yes, a small square of dark chocolate. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids support brain health by providing essential nutrients for neurons and improving cognitive function. Anthocyanins in blueberries have been shown to reduce cognitive decline and improve memory. But here's what most people miss. It's not just what you eat, it's how you eat. Dr. Chin never eats while working. No screens, no multitasking, just mindful, present eating. Why? Because when you multitask during meals, your stress hormone cortisol spikes, hijacking your digestion and actually making you forget you ate. Your brain never registers satisfaction, so you crave more later. By treating her meals as sacred, Dr. Chin gives her body the nutrients and her brain the reset it desperately needs. Number 5, the 20-minute brain reset, when rest is the smartest move. Sometime between 1 and 2 p.m., when the post-lunch slump hits and her focus begins to waver, Dr. Chin doesn't push through with caffeine. She does the opposite. She sets a 20-minute timer, lies down, and closes her eyes. No phone, no alarms. Here's the kicker. Most people think a nap is a sign of laziness. But the scientific truth is, a power nap is a pit stop for your brain. It enhances memory consolidation, boosts alertness, and dramatically improves emotional regulation. Dr. Chin is not lazy. She's giving her brain the system reboot it needs to race into the second half of the day. Because sometimes the smartest thing you can do for peak performance is simply rest. Number 6, the dopamine detox. Around 3 p.m., Dr. Chin does something radical. She disconnects. Completely. No phone. No social media. No email pings. For a full 60 minutes, she enters what she calls digital darkness. Here's the brutal truth. Every notification, every like, every scroll gives your brain a tiny hit of dopamine. Feels good, right? But here's the problem. When you get too much dopamine too often from low-effort activities, your brain starts craving it constantly. You lose the ability to focus on hard things, things that actually matter. Dr. Chen's digital detox rewires her brain to find satisfaction in deep work, not cheap thrills. It's like teaching your brain to appreciate a 5-course meal instead of constantly snacking on junk food. The first few days suck. No lie. But after a week, she describes it as mental clarity I didn't know was possible. You don't have to go cold turkey. Start with 15 minutes. Turn your phone off. Sit with the discomfort. Watch what happens. Number 7. How questions make you smarter. At 5 p.m., instead of zoning out to Netflix, Dr. Chin opens a book. But not a textbook. Not self-help. Just something she's genuinely curious about. Last week, ancient philosophy. This week, how hummingbirds fly. Sounds random, right? But here's the science. Curiosity triggers your brain's reward system. The same areas that light up for chocolate, money, and sex. And here's the crazy part. When you're curious about something, your brain doesn't just remember that information better. It also remembers unrelated information you encounter at the same time. It's like your brain opens a window, and everything rushes in more easily. Most people think learning stops after school. But the truth? You don't get old because you age. You get old because you stop learning. Dr. Chen's curiosity hour keeps her brain elastic, engaged, and young. Number 8, the cold shock. At 6:30 p.m., Dr. Chin steps into her shower. But she doesn't turn the knob to warm. She cranks it to cold. Yeah, it sucks. For about 30 seconds. But here's what happens next. Cold exposure triggers a massive release of norepinephrine. Norepinephrine is a neurotransmitter that skyrockets alertness, attention, and mood. It's nature's version of Adderall, minus the side effects. Plus, cold showers train your brain to tolerate discomfort, which translates to better emotional control in real life. You become more resilient, less reactive, and frankly, more badass. Does it feel good? Not at first. Does it work? Absolutely. Start with 30 seconds of cold water at the yendi of your shower. Build up slowly. Your brain will thank you. Number 9, outsourcing your overthinking. At 9:30 p.m., Dr. Chin pulls out a journal. But she doesn't write about her day or her feelings. Instead, she writes one unresolved problem she's been wrestling with. Maybe it's a research question. Maybe it's a tough conversation she needs to have. She just describes the problem in detail. No solutions, just clarity. Then she closes the journal and goes to bed. Why? Because your brain loves to solve puzzles. When you give it a clear problem before sleep, It keeps working on it unconsciously throughout the night. Psychologists call this sleep processing. Dr. Chen calls it outsourcing my overthinking. The next morning, she often wakes up with insights she never would have found by forcing it. Try it tonight. Write one problem. Close the book. Let your brain do the rest. Number 10. The Teachback test, turning knowledge into mastery. Every evening, Dr. Chen picks one thing she learned that day and explains it out loud as if teaching a 10-year-old. Why? Because reading something doesn't mean you understand it. But when you can explain it simply, that's when learning becomes mastery. This technique is called the Feynman technique, named after Nobel Prize-winning physicist Richard Feynman. It forces your brain to organize information, simplify it, and internalize it. Takes 5 minutes. Changes everything. Number 11. The gratitude close. At 10:45 p.m., Dr. Chen writes 3 things she's grateful for. Some days it's deep. Other days, just good coffee or sunshine. Doesn't matter. Because gratitude doesn't just feel good, it rewires your brain. It reduces cortisol, boosts serotonin, and trains your brain to scan for wins instead of problems. Over time, this shifts your entire mental operating system from what's missing to what's working. And when your brain learns to celebrate progress, even small progress, you become unstoppable. Number 12. The sacred sleep. By 11 p.m., Dr. Chen is in bed. Not scrolling, not watching TV, just sleeping. Because here's the truth nobody wants to hear. All the habits in the world won't matter if you're skipping sleep. Sleep is crucial for brain health. Chronic sleep loss can lead to various health issues and even brain damage. While you sleep, your brain clears out toxins, consolidates memories, and literally grows new neural connections. Skip sleep. You skip the upgrade. It's that simple. Dr. Chen treats her 8 hours like a non-negotiable appointment. Because the most powerful brain-boosting habit is also the simplest one we ignore. Number 13. The iron discipline. Twice a week, Dr. Chen lifts weights. Not to look good. Not for aesthetics. To build mental discipline. Pushing through physical resistance teaches your brain how to persist. It trains resilience. It releases growth factors that repair and strengthen brain tissue. And honestly, the confidence she gains from getting stronger physically translates to every other area of her life. You don't need a fancy gym, just something hard that challenges you. Your brain will learn to love discomfort. Number 14. The connection cure. Every single day, Dr. Chen makes time for one real human interaction. Face-to-face. No screens. Why? Because connection releases oxytocin, a neurochemical that reduces anxiety, strengthens memory, and improves verbal processing. In a world drowning in digital noise, real connection is the glue that keeps us sane. Number 15. The sunlight signal. Every morning within 30 minutes of waking, Dr. Chen steps outside, even for just 5 minutes. Sunlight in the morning anchors your circadian rhythm, boosts serotonin, and sets up your brain for deep sleep that night. No sunlight. Your brain doesn't know when it's supposed to be awake or asleep. You feel foggy all day and wired all night. 5 minutes. Outside. It's free brain optimization. Number 16. Your brain is your life. This isn't just about focus or memory. This is about building the ultimate advantage, a brain that doesn't just react to life, but designs it. Dr. Chen's story proves you can rewire your brain at any age. You have a choice. Let your brain slowly shrink or intentionally build your personal supercomputer. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one habit from this video. Just one. Try it for 7 days. See what happens. Drop a comment below and tell me which habit you're starting with and why. Use the words brain power or cognitive boost so I know you're serious about this. And if you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more science-backed strategies to upgrade your life. Your brain is waiting for you to unlock it. What are you waiting for? That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future, so make sure to subscribe to see them.